Well, good morning, YouTube. Hi, guys. It is almost 5 a.m. Not quite. I think it's like quarter till or so. And we're just about ready to hit the road. Goliath is warming up. Katie is just finishing up, getting dressed and ready. Amanda's ready to go. Talons ready to go. I'm ready to go. And Jessa James is ready to go. Getting ready to pull out here. Looks like this post right here behind me. It's the only thing I really got to watch out for, and I got a straight shot, so it's not even of concern. Last thing I've got to do is unplug the power cord, and we will be ready to roll out. right, guys, 8:30 a.m. We stopped here at the Pilot that is at exit 13 in Alabama. So we're only 13 miles from the Mississippi line, but we needed fuel. If you guys remember, we got fuel in Georgia on the way to Daytona. So we made it all the way through Georgia, through Florida, and now into Alabama, almost Mississippi. And I still probably have a quarter of a tank or more left, but this was the cheapest fuel we could find on this route other than the Buc-ee's, and the Buc-ee's was too crowded this morning, so we decided that we weren't even going to bother with that. So we pulled in here instead. I sprayed the windshield down with the Amsoil foaming glass cleaner. It really makes it easier to get the bugs off. I spray down with that first, let it sit for a moment, then I'll grab the squeegee and scrub it all off. All right, windshield is nice and clean, and I gotta say, I love the fact that this Pilot has actually got garden hoses, little short ones, so when you scrub it, you can actually rinse off all of the debris rather than it leaving streaks. I think that's a whole lot better. Now, as you can see, it's still pretty foggy behind us. It's been foggy almost all morning, on and off. A little deceiving as we were coming into Mobile. We started across Mobile Bay. It was nice and beautiful and sunny, and I thought we were good. But by the time we got to the tunnel, the fog had got so thick I couldn't even see the tunnel until we got right on it. So we're moving a little bit slower because of the lack of visibility. The entire traffic pattern is moving a little bit slower. So just being safe, but hopefully we won't be here very long. We're gonna get back on the road. Hi guys, about 12:15. We stopped at the rest area here. I think it's like exit 121 in Louisiana. So it's the one that's right there where all the bridges are with the swamps and whatnot. But just had to take a little pee break and stretch my legs for a minute. And we're letting Jessa James stretch her legs for a moment too and go potty. Katie's trying to do a little housekeeping while we're stopped for a moment, because being in that grass field at Frank Brunk Park, it was really hard to not track grass in every day. Gotta tell you too, it is a bit chilly out. So it's like a sprinkly little rain. It's not a lot. I mean, it's enough that I can't even leave the windshield wipers on. I have to kind of turn them on, let 1 or 2 swipes, and turn them back off, and then like, I don't know, 30 seconds later, do it again, or a minute. Just, it's not enough to keep them running the whole time. But it also, with the overcast, and it's just chilly. I guess it's only about 57 degrees out here, and with the humidity and the rain, they're saying it feels like 53. I mean, we're still in short sleeves, at least Talon and I are. The girls are bundled up. They get cold really easy. And earlier I mentioned about the three states by 10 a.m. Louisiana was the last state line we planned on crossing today. We're really only trying to get out to just slightly west of Lake Charles. There's a Love's truck stop. I think Katie says would exit 42, something like that. Somewhere in that area. So we're about 40 miles shy of the Texas line. But we wanted to stop someplace relatively early tonight so that we guarantee a parking spot, which I get, nothing is guaranteed. But at that point, we're only going to be about 2 hours from Galveston, 2.5 maybe. So we'll probably hang out there for a majority of the day tomorrow as well, because we can't get to Galveston too awfully early. Otherwise, we're going to fight to try to find a place to park this rig. So anyway, back on the road. We're still going to go through Lafayette and Lake Charles. Just kidding. Guys, it is freezing here. It's like high 40s, low 50s, and the wind's blowing like a son of a gun. All right, if you haven't figured it out yet, we changed things up. We are still at a Love's, but it's not the Love's that we told you we were going to go to. When we were at the rest area, I had said something about exit 40 or 48, and that's because Katie was looking at the wrong Love's. The Love's I was planning on going to was actually going to be at exit 7 on the west side of Lake Charles. When Katie looked it up, she found the one on the east side of Lake Charles, and that's where she thought we were going. But anyway, on the drive there, she started looking and realizing that that one actually had some pretty bad reviews. And I hate to say it, but every truck stop I've ever been to in Louisiana has been kind of like total crap holes. So that one has some pretty bad reviews on it as well, and the showers weren't working as of a couple of days ago or something like that. So we decided, you know what, it's only 7 miles from Texas. Why don't we just keep going? We'll get through Texas, we'll get through Beaumont, and there's another Love's, this one right here, that's at exit 848. Also, my goal today was really just to get to that Love's at exit 7 by around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, early enough to find a good parking spot so that we could stay here for the night and not have to struggle in the dark. But as we passed exit 7, it was only 2 o'clock. So we were like an hour ahead of schedule. So it just made sense to go ahead and go that extra hour. I knew we'd still be able to find a parking spot here most likely. And it got us through Beaumont and the traffic associated with Beaumont, so we don't have to deal with any of that tomorrow. This is a relatively new Love's. They just built it within the last couple of years, so it's fairly clean, fairly decent. This is where we decided to land. So according to maps, we are 68 miles away from Galveston, an hour and 38 minutes. And we don't need to be there till tomorrow night. So we'll probably hang out here for well over 24 hours and just kind of hang out, get some laundry done, get showers, and maybe just some downtime, some relaxation, because we really don't have a good place to park the rig once we get on Galveston Island for any length of time. So we're just gonna hang here, I think. Who knows? Maybe we'll show up a little bit early. All in all today, I think we did a pretty good job of making good time. You know, it took us 10 hours to get here. We left at 5 in the morning. We got here at 3, but we did stop twice. Once for fuel, once just for a quick bathroom break. But also, coming through Baton Rouge, I accidentally wasn't in the proper lane, and I got off onto Interstate 110 and headed north a little bit, and then had to turn around and come back. So we kind of wasted about 20 minutes there as well. So map says it's an 8-hour drive, but with 2 stops and a little bit of a roundabout there, and keep in mind, I'm not always up to speed, but we made good time, and now we're only about 18 miles from, actually a little less than that, I think, from Winnie, which is where we get off of Interstate 10 and start heading down into the Boulevard Peninsula. So that shouldn't take as much time at all when we go tomorrow. Yeah, only 561 miles, but I think it's a pretty good time for the actual drive time that we did. All right, guys, so I think we're gonna go ahead and settle down for the night. Katie is whipping up some sandwiches to have for dinner. It has gotten colder and colder. The wind has been so bad, it's actually shaking Goliath back and forth quite a bit. I may even have to go hook up the generator so we can run the heater tonight. The heat would drain the batteries pretty fast. But luckily, the weather is actually looking very promising for Galveston. The next 5 days while we're there will be really, really nice. So we're hoping that's going to be good. Anyway, guys, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us on this journey all the way to, well, where we are now. And until the next time we see you.
Keep those engines running.